Well, good morning, guys. I'm gonna sit on the floor today. Yeah. How are all of you? You'll kind of notice I have a friend with me today, right back here, Curious George. Yeah, that's kind of a clue about what story we're gonna read today. I have my coffee. It's Friday. Friday, the first day of Christmas break. So yeah, we get to take a break from school for what, 17 days or something like that. Yeah, so good time to relax and have fun. Maybe go out there and we get to play all day or do stuff that we normally wouldn't do during the day, right? So anyway, I'm looking forward to it because I definitely need a break. I need a rest. I need time to rejuvenate. There's just a lot of kids who don't go to school, and I do not understand that because in the long run, school is important. It's what's going to get you places. So yeah, a lot of kids not going to school, which makes my job a lot harder. So anyway, Christmas break, we are on it. So today's story, okay, remember, Curious George, is Merry Christmas, Curious George. So let's see what Curious George gets into today. You know, he's kind of the mischievous one, okay? Okay, Merry Christmas, Curious George. This is George. He lived with his friend, the man with the yellow hat. He was a good little monkey and always very curious. I think we read a story about him earlier. He was trying to get into all kinds of things. Today, George was visiting a Christmas tree farm. "You can help me pick out the perfect tree for our home," his friend told him. "Keep close to me while we look." George promised to be good, but little monkeys sometimes forget. So here they are. They're at the Christmas tree farm. There's little Curious George over here and his friend with the yellow hat. They're going to go pick a tree. How many of you guys have a real tree at your house? Or maybe an artificial one? But I always liked a real tree, and I always liked getting to go chop one down, which we didn't get to really do. Well, we did it some as kids, but as the kids got older, I think my parents decided that an artificial tree was easier to deal with. But anyway, I like real Christmas trees. The Christmas tree farm had more trees than George had ever seen. He found a very nice one right away. But then another caught his eye. And then one more, and then another. George was curious. How many Christmas trees could there be? Oh, look, there's a big one. You could put a lot of Christmas ornaments on that. Although I don't know that it would fit in my house. It looks pretty tall. George could not resist climbing up the tallest tree to get a better view. He looked for the man with the yellow hat, but his friend was nowhere in sight. Two men tromped into the clearing. "There's our tree," one man told the other. The men cut down the tree and loaded it onto a truck. Along with George. George held on tightly. He saw the man with the yellow hat as the truck drove away, but the truck was going too fast. George could not jump off. He was scared, but still a little curious. Soon the truck stopped in front of a hospital. George peeked out of the branches as the men carried the tree inside. They're at a children's hospital. You know, it's got to be tough being a kid at this time, or any time really, and having to be in a hospital, but especially at Christmas. The hospital was a busy place. George jumped out of the tree. There was lots here to see and do. He looked at some interesting pictures. He's looking at x-rays. He found a jacket and tried it on. It was the doctor's white coat. He played on a trampoline. It was actually one of the hospital beds. He even went for a ride on a speedy little cart. What fun! It was the book cart. Then George spotted something very interesting. His tree. George knew that Christmas trees were supposed to have tinsel and twinkling lights and shiny ornaments. But this tree was empty. George thought, and then he had an idea. Look, George is decorating the tree. There's a balloon up here that says, "Get well soon." He put a crutch on the tree. Lots of gifts are under the tree. Next, George piled some gifts in the corner of the room. The gifts looked pretty, but George was curious. Could he make them look any prettier? I mean, he's already put them kind of like there, and I don't know, maybe he's going to wrap them differently. This red bow would look much better on the green box, he thought. And the name tags might look nicer on different packages too. Oh boy, I can see where this is going. A nurse arrived, and what did she see? A monkey, and he's making a big mess. A group of children crowded around the nurse. They were all patients at the hospital. Even though it was almost Christmas, the children were not smiling and looking happy. "Come along," the nurse said, picking George up. "I'd better get you out of here before you can ruin anything else." A girl with a cast stared at George's tree. Suddenly she giggled. "Look," she said, "it's my X-ray." A boy laughed. "And there's the balloon from my room." All the children started chattering and laughing as they looked at George's funny decorations. "Can't he stay for the party?" a boy asked the nurse. "We don't mind about the gifts. It will be fun to sort them out." "Please let him stay, please," the other children chimed in. They were all loving George, weren't they? When she saw how happy the children looked, the nurse looked happier too. "I suppose he can stay," she said, "if he helps fix the tree, and he must promise to do so." George was happy to help. The children helped too. Some of them returned George's decorations, while others handed George the real ornaments. He scampered up and down, stringing lights and hanging tinsel. Being a monkey, he was good at that sort of thing. You know how monkeys like to climb and bounce around. He was also good at making the children laugh. When the tree was finished, George helped open the gifts. He was having such a good time that he completely forgot he was lost. Until the man with the yellow hat hurried into the room. "There you are, George," he cried. "I followed the truck all the way here." George was very happy to be reunited with his friend. The nurse invited them to stay for milk and cookies. Cookies are my favorite. Ho, ho, ho! Did someone mention milk and cookies? A man in a red suit walked into the room. his belly jiggling. He was holding a beautiful golden star. George's eyes widened. It was Santa Claus. Who would like to put the star on top of the tree? Santa asked. George, the children cried at once. Let George do it. George scurried up the tree one last time. He put the golden star in place carefully. And there you can see the tree is all decorated. And George is up there, and he put the star on the top of the tree. Merry Christmas, Curious George. And that is our story for today. So, everything kind of turned out with Curious George. He didn't make too much of a ruckus, right? Yeah, all things good happen at Christmas. So yeah, my little buddy here, Curious George, made Christmas good for a lot of kids, right? Put smiles on their faces and made them laugh. It's tough being in the hospital at Christmas. You know, I was in the hospital at Christmas one time, about 12 years ago? Yes, it was no fun. I'd fallen and broken my pelvis. You guys are going to have to look up pelvis to see where it is on your body. Some of you might already know. And I broke my sacrum, so you're going to look that one up too. So you'll kind of have a health lesson, okay, while you're on Christmas break. But anyway, yeah, I was in the hospital for 11 days through Christmas, but I had friends who came and visited me. And they brought me a tree to decorate my room, and they brought me a really warm blanket so that I would stay warm while I was in there. Because sometimes hospitals are cold, you know. But yeah, that was not a good time. My roommate, she was an older lady. This was at the rehab place, so you know I had to get my pelvis and sacrum back in order, and so I had to go to the rehab hospital. And my roommate was an older woman, and she must have been having breathing problems. But anyway, she snored all night long. I did not get any sleep. So when I was able to get out of there, I was ever so happy that I got to come home. But anyway, my coffee sure is good today. Vanilla biscotti. I'm about to go have breakfast. You know, my favorite chocolate frosted donut holes. It'll go good with my coffee. So anyway, well, hey guys, I hope you guys enjoyed Merry Christmas, Curious George. And there's a couple more days that I'm going to be reading before we have actual Christmas Day. So I'll just kind of say that, and I'll make you be curious about what books I'm going to read and what stories we're going to tell. So let's see, what are you guys going to do today? First day, I bet many of you have slept in, which that's okay. That's good enough. I'm obviously up early, but then I just always have a hard time sleeping in. I don't know what it is, but anyway. If you haven't already, perhaps today you could write your letter to Santa Claus and make sure that he knows what you want for Christmas. Get that taken care of. And then hopefully it's going to be nice outside. Some of you, who knows, you might be watching this in the Northeast, and those people have bukus, like a bunch of snow, ice. It's just crazy up there. So hopefully those guys can shovel their way out to get out to do whatever it is that they need to do. But Some of them probably are blocked in. They have so much snow, it's blocked their front door, so they can't get out the front door. That's kind of spooky, but anyway. What else? What else? What else? I am going to go finish up. I have one more Christmas present to buy for a friend here. And I do have to go to the doctor today. I've got this little thing going on with my heart that we need to check out. So I'm going to get that taken care of, and then I'm going to enjoy the rest of the day. So you guys enjoy your day. And if there's something that mom or dad needs help with, don't complain about it. Just go get it done. Help them out. You know, they're probably stressing out about Christmas long about now. So anyway, I will see you guys later. I hope you enjoy your day. I hope you find something fun to do. Even if it's, I don't know, sitting at the house watching movies, or I don't know, maybe some of you might bake some cookies, Christmas cookies. Who knows? So, okay, guys, hey, make it a great day, and I will see you next time with Story Time with the Truancy Officer. Have a great day.